It's that time of year to be talking about power stations. Why? Well, you're in that crux between winter and spring. The weather's just going crazy. We just got finished with 4 feet of snow over the last 30 days, and now we've got 4 days, and it's going to get worse, of mid 40s up to 50-degree temperature. We're up here in the Rockies, and all this snow is just melting everything. The roads are rivers. It's insane. And of course, the melting snow, and then it freezes at night. There's icicles hanging off everything. Power lines are coming down. We had friends and family last night that lost power. And that's what you really talk about. These power banks, once you get one, it's not just for emergency power. It's, you take them camping, and then there's all sorts of things you go and you do, and you're like, hey, we can bring the power bank, and we can have power wherever we go. It's a really great thing. Road trips, stuff like that. It's really useful. So let's talk about AFERY and why I think you might want to consider this one. Let's do a walk around to the unit. I'm going to show you all the specs and everything. We'll talk about price, and yes, I got a discount code, and we'll talk about the good and bad and the ugly on this. All right, here we got it. Let's do a quick walk around. You got not one, but two of the 12-volt DC power adapters, aka the old cigarette adapter there. Then you got not one, but two of the barrel adapters. We got two of the QC3 USB-As. We got 1, 2, 3 PD20, that's USB-C 20 watts, and one USB-C 100 watt. That's really nice. We got the light. I think the lights are stupid like this. It's gonna, if you watch out, it's gonna blink at some point. Yeah, that's just stupid. As if all of a sudden I'm out in the wilderness, but thank goodness my power station's got a strobe light. It's gonna save me. They all do it, almost all of them. 99% of these power blocks do it. I don't know why. It's ridiculous, but let's get back to it. We got power inputs over here on the side. We got the regular wall input, and we got the solar DC input. Then we got our circuit breaker right there. We've got, look at this. I love this. Storage up on top. More of them need to do that. Nice, solid carrying handles. And then we got the 110, 120 over here on this side. All right, let's do a stress test. We got it all lined up here. We got all sorts of fun here. We got a bandsaw. We got a heater. We got a heater. We got a fan. We got a heater in the cedar, if you would. And we even brought a little power tool here to see what else we can add on to this. So let's start it up. All right. So first thing, when you start any of these, if you want to use power, like right now, it's just sitting there. It's not doing anything. If I wanted to plug power into this, I'd have to turn on the USB output. All right. At that point now, USB is running. Now I turn it off. Now I come over here. If I want to do the DC, I do that one. There's the DC output. But right now we're going to do the inverter here. Now you can hear it kick on. It's got a little fan. Just running the inverter itself on any of these, just running the inverter is going to draw a little bit of power, okay? So let's start adding some power into it. All right, Griff, why don't you turn on the seat? I don't know if you can hear that. It's got the massage and the heat going. Let's see how this kicks in. Just leave it right there. All right, that's good. And we're getting 4 watts of output, 55 hours remaining. All right, now we're gonna add in the fan here. We're gonna turn the fan on. Fan's blowing. We're up, oh, look at that, we're at 30 watts. There we go, but fans, so like, heaters are really what draw the power, okay? But let's try this. We're gonna start with the first heater, and I'm gonna turn it on here. There's our first heater going. And it's on high. Oh, there, we're gonna kick up the heat now. Look at that, 1,300 watts, 1,500. I don't think we'll be able to kick on another heater here because we're gonna be probably at max heat. All right, that was the shop heater kicking in if you heard that. Okay, let's see here. Let's try the handheld power tool, see what we can do with that. Let's drop that down. All right, let's try the bandsaw now, see how it handles everything. That didn't have a problem. All right, but we gotta take it to failure, right? So we're gonna kick on the other heater. And this should cause it to keel over. Well, that was interesting. Let me turn off the fan. Fan's off. This heater's going. That heater's going. It's at 1,000 watts. What is, now this is interesting. Let's see what's going on here. So we'll turn that one off. So this one's now at 16, 18. So let's turn that sucker off. All right, this one's on cool down. Let's turn it back on. It's on high heat. That one's off. Wait, hold on here. I think my remotes are talking to each other. Okay, this one's on high heat. We got full heat coming out of that. And it's drawing 15, 16. It's working its way up. There we go. Level 3 heat. As you can see though, our time's really down. So what you can see here though, you could run a room heater on this and get about over an hour's worth of heat out of it. Let's try, we're gonna kick in the second heater. And it immediately manages the circuit. So it doesn't actually kill it on the board. It actually talks to the outlets and is like, no, I can't run both of you. We're gonna turn one of you off. That is pretty cool. Actually, that's some really smart management there. I've never seen one do it like that before. All right, well, there you saw the full walk around. The box does what it's supposed to do. And I gotta tell you, I was really impressed with the management system for it. Let's talk about though some of the specs and whatnot. First of all, what kind of batteries? Well, it's got LFP, LiFePO4 batteries. That's what you want. Those are the ones that are gonna get you way more cycles on it. 3,500 plus cycles they're claiming here. You know, 7-year guarantee, ultra long guarantee, witnessing the commitment, they say, okay. How about this? How about a 10 millisecond UPS cutover? That's actually really good. All right, for these UPSs. Usually they've been higher. They got them down into the 30s, sub 30s is the new one. This is really fast actually. And I use one with my whole computer setup. I got everything running through one of these battery systems because we lose power here and I don't have to worry about it. I can just keep working. And that's what's really nice. And when you do that, lose power to something. In fact, at this point we have our home entertainment center is hooked up through one. My computer is hooked up through one. We've got one over at my mother-in-law. She got all her stuff hooked up through one. That way, you have the power when you need it. Also, when it cuts out, you don't immediately lose everything you're working on, which is nice. It does up to 4,800 watts of surge power, and then manages its way down from there. It's got pure sine wave inverter, which is important. That's how you don't fry your electronics. That way, you can charge your laptops and your tablets and your phones, all this stuff. Not have to worry about hurting it. You know, they're talking about camping and how many charging on the laptop. And that's all going to be subjective, really, based on what kind of equipment you're using. So I don't know if I'd go by their numbers here. This is nice. It can do AC charging. It can do solar charging. It can do AC and solar charging at the same time, which for the big names out there, that's recently, like in the past year or so, that's become like a standard kind of thing. But to see a non-major brand pull this off, I was pretty happy to see that, okay? Of course, it's got car charging as well. It comes with the unit itself, comes with a tool bag, comes with AC power cord, solar cables, a dust cover. That's not something you normally see with any of these. User manual, warranty card, yada, yada, yada. Let's talk about the price, though. $800. Now, I'm going to say this. Before we talk about sales and stuff, $800 for one of these 2K, that's 2,000 watt boxes. Actually, it's 2,400 watt box. That's a pretty good deal. They're usually between $1,500 and $2,000 unless there's a really killer sale. But you never see them even on a good sale. Well, maybe over once in a while you see them down at this price. But there's a sale, like right now there's a sale on this, taking it down another $100. I've got a coupon code that's going to take it down to $600 flat, which for this box is insane. It's $599, but call it what it is, $600. Did I mention you can use an app with this so you can actually check out where your power is going, how it's being used, what's coming in, what's going out. All right, this is for being a no-name box. This is pretty good. Now, I looked into the company. They don't seem to be a fly-by-night company. They actually have 3 different models. They have a model smaller than this, and then they have the big one, the suitcase style with the handle and the wheels. It's like 3,600 watt. That's a big selection, all right? That's a nice selection for one of these companies. It's not one of the bigger, more well-known companies. I don't have long-term usage on it, though. I've not gone around and used it for 6 months and know all the ins and outs of it. All I can talk about is what we've used it for, what we've done with the testing. We always stress test these things to see if we can break them. It didn't break. You saw how I handled it. I don't know. You tell me down in the comments. What do you think? Is $600? Is that a price that you're willing to pay for something like this? I mean, it's for those of you who've got the money. I get going with the big names. I mean, I've got a bunch of them around here. They've all sent them to me. But for the budget kind of solution, for $600, seems a pretty good box. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know down in the comments. Anyway, I want to thank AFERY again for sponsoring this video and let me mess around with it and try and hurt their box there. And it seemed to do okay. So if you like what we do here, go ahead and chomp the old like button, smash that subscribe, ring the bell on the way out. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.